Yeah! That's right. Yeah!
Live from John's Grill on Berry Street in Fort Worth. Welcome to the Players Club with hosts Emma Holtquist and Olivia Lee, and featuring TCU student athletes. Brought to you by John's Grill online at johnsgrill.com and by Fans Vintage, the Frog Fam's #1 source for rare and vintage TCU gear. Now, here are Emma and Olivia.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Players Club. I'm Olivia Lee.
And I'm Emma Holtquist.
And we're here live at John's Grill every Thursday at 6 p.m. talking to two different student athletes about their lives both in and outside their sport. Isn't that right, Emma?
Yep, that's right. And this week we are happy to be joined by our first basketball guests, TCU's very own Chuck O'Mannon and Micah Peavy.
Yay!
How we doing?
Welcome, guys. Yeah, thanks for coming on. We've been really looking forward to talking to you guys, and you're our first basketball guest, which is exciting. Now, you were just mentioning that you're starting practice up again, but you're not in season. What is the future looking like for you guys right now? I know you're kind of in a gray area, but any thoughts on next year?
As of right now, we have 5 returning players, and we just signed 3 new guys.
Nice.
So we're just going up with each other every day, going back and forth. Mike is a little loose, but yeah, we're just competing every day. Hoping to get a few more transfers. We're excited for the freshmen coming in, so we can finally practice with a full team.
Yeah. Are the spring practices super intense, or what's the vibe like at those practices? I'm always curious.
Yes, they're very intense. Especially playing with Micah all the time, because everybody knows Micah's one of the best defenders in the country. So that's always a challenge going up against Micah. So yeah,
he's hyping you up. Do you get after it at practice? Are you that guy? Or
I like to make my teammates better, and playing tough defense on Chuck makes him better for the game. So
yeah, I love that. Now, regardless of staying, leaving, whatever the case is, when you guys have to make those decisions about when you're going to go to the NBA or move on to your professional career, how tough can that be on you guys since you've established roots out of school and kind of made a community and have a team here? How tough is that decision?
I would say it's tough, but it helps when everybody wants you to succeed and wants you to make it to the next level. So
yeah.
I think it's not as tough as it would be if you didn't. We're so close as a team, so I think it helps.
Yeah, you can tell how close you guys are, even when you're warming up before games and all your pregame rituals and stuff. Do you guys have a handshake? I think I've seen you two do one. Maybe not a specific one.
I'm not a big handshake guy.
Okay.
Noted.
No, I like them. I think they're cool. But like, I just
Why are you anti handshake?
no. I have like handshakes with like 3 people.
it's like exclusive.
I think I have the most handshakes with everybody.
Okay. How do you keep them all like separated?
Yeah, do you ever go in?
I couldn't do that. That's why I don't.
That's
a
one.
handshake.
That's valid.
Do a simple, just like
Clap.
It's just simple
You
stuff.
don't give them a hard time for that. That's awesome.
Nah.
Now, I had a question for you guys. I always stick around after the basketball games. There's always a bunch of families there, friends, all of that. Is that a big part of, you play every game at home and your families are able to come and like support you? Because I know I always see different family members and friends and stuff. Has that been a big part of your experience at TCU, having your family kind of behind you?
Yeah, it's been a big part because growing up, your family goes to about all of your games, and when you're a 10-year-old kid, it's only your family. You don't have any fans and stuff like that. So when you make it to this level of college basketball, and you have a whole bunch of fans. You want your family to experience that, that atmosphere and that college basketball camaraderie.
And you're from Las Vegas.
Yes.
And you're from Texas.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit closer for your family to get here. Do they drive to every home game, or how does that look?
Well, that was a big part of me coming to TCU is just having my family close to me. My dad lives about 30 minutes from here, so he came to about every home game because he's a coach in the Duncanville. He coaches at Duncanville, so when his games were on, he would come to our games.
Okay, so is he a big reason of your college basketball kind of experience? Is that how you just got into basketball in the first place, is because of him? Or?
Yeah, he's been a coach my whole life, so I just been around basketball, and I just fell in love with it because of him. So.
Yeah, I love that. Is he always talking to you after games like, oh, you could have done this better, Micah?
Yeah.
Do you ever go visit like the high school that he coaches at and like say hi to those
because
kids?
I went there for 2 years,
Oh,
so
fun.
I like to go there, maybe
Yeah.
play against the guys, and just go watch their practices and give them some pointers.
Cool. Oh, cool. So you
Yeah.
get to like coach too.
Yep.
Yeah, I love
Okay,
that.
fun. Okay, and you went to Tech before?
Yes.
Okay, so you stayed in Texas. So you weren't interested in going outside?
I just think Texas just has a lot of great basketball programs. So
Yeah.
I think I could just find a good place here.
Yeah.
What was the reason for Texas Tech in the first place?
Well, I'm very close with Chris Beard.
Okay.
Him and my dad have been close since before I was born. He was actually my dad's GA in college, so
Cool.
I've just always known him, and then we developed a great relationship.
Mhm.
That's why I ended up going
I feel like that makes the recruiting process a little more comfortable too, right? When you
Yeah.
have a familiar face. And Chuck, you also transferred from USC, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
What was your experience like over there?
My experience at SC was very intense. It was different. It was a shock for me. Unfortunately, I didn't really get to play much at USC. I only played in a few games. I encountered a lot of injuries when I was there.
Yeah.
I had 2 season-ending surgeries, and outside of my season-ending surgeries, I always stayed with an ankle sprain here and there. Just little knick-knack stuff.
Mhm.
And then during my 3rd year, that's when I turned into like the hurt guy.
Yeah.
It was just.
Which you never want to be.
Yeah, absolutely not. And so after I turned into the hurt guy, I was like, I got to get out of here. So I hopped into the newly infamous transfer portal.
Okay.
and TCU, they showed a lot of love, and I came on a visit here, and
Rest is history.
The rest is history.
Love that.
What was y'all's favorite games to play this season?
Favorite games.
Yeah, or just like looking back,
there
like
one
what
that,
game
like-
were you like, wow, this is college basketball. Like this is what it's all about.
I always like the March Madness games.
Yeah.
Just the pressure, just the fans. I liked our Arizona State game
Mhm.
because we came back from down a big number, and then Jacoby hit a big shot. So that was just, like I said, we're a close group. So when he made that shot, they just, we all felt that, and we're excited for him.
Exciting. Yeah.
No, as fans too, that was like amazing to watch that game. We're all like dying in front of the TV or whoever got to be there. Just
Yeah.
we can't wait for this. Now, Chuck, you came from USC, California. My dad played baseball at USC. He had a similar experience actually getting injured too. And the dynamic there can be different than playing in Texas, I would say.
Right.
But just in terms of like the place in general, California and Texas are very different, right?
Right.
What was the biggest like shock for you coming from a school in California and being in Vegas to coming to Texas?
Right. It was a big shock, because I'm a West Coast baby,
Mm-hmm.
and so
It's true
and
though. It's
I'm
different.
actually from California. I grew up in Las Vegas.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
my first few years of life, I spent in California.
Okay.
But went to high school in Vegas, so that's why I consider that. So. But what was your question again?
What's like the biggest difference between California and Texas, like culture-wise?
Right. It's just more city. You know, I remember when I first got to Texas, I had a late flight. I landed and almost cried on the way to Grand Mark from DFW. Like it was just so. I look on the side of the freeway, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Only billboards I see is Whataburger.
Okay, but do you like Whataburger though?
Really?
Oh yeah, I do.
Do you like it better than In-N-Out?
Absolutely not.
Agree with you.
Okay,
Chuck,
but like
I
an
agree.
In-N-Out
See, California, it's different.
Do we call those French fries? They're like cardboard.
They're animal fries. Have you had animal fries?
Okay, yeah, the animal fries are lit, but like that's it.
Oh my
Exactly.
God, Whataburger's like bland. I'm sorry if this is controversial, but like it's bland. I don't like it. In-N-Out's so much better. So much better.
Way better.
We always have this argument though.
Okay.
Oh, but you say Whataburger, and you say okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, so Chuck, you were saying you saw the Whataburger
Sorry, yeah.
signs on the side of the road.
I was just sad. Like this is. I've never been around. Well, I've been to
That's okay.
Texas before.
Yeah.
But not to stay.
Mhm.
Maybe for a couple days for a basketball tournament or
Which
something
is
like
enough
that.
time for you.
But honestly, I saw Six Flags on the side of the road. Going on the freeway, so like that made me feel a little better.
Have you been
Okay.
yet?
Yes, I
Good.
went like 3 times in the first 3 months I was here.
Oh damn.
Haven't been back.
Are you a roller
guy?
coaster
Oh
guy?
yeah, big roller coaster guy.
Okay.
But I don't want to say I got tired of it, but I had my fair fun at
Yeah, you're
Six
like 3
Flags,
times in 1 month. That'll do for me.
it's
That's awesome. But have you adjusted since now being
yeah,
here?
fully. I feel super comfortable here. My apartment was literally right behind John's Grill. I could throw a football and hit my apartment from right here.
Oh, really? Okay.
So like this is my little area. I enjoy it. So I'm happy.
What are
to
your
be here.
favorite spots in Fort Worth?
Eatsies. Yes,
Love
I love
Eatsies.
Eatsies.
Do you go to the sandwich?
What's your Eatsies order?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been to Eatsies?
I get everything at
Yeah,
Eatsies.
but I don't really go there a lot, so I don't really know.
Okay,
Exactly what to
where's
Yeah,
your
what's your
go-to?
place?
Yeah.
My place. Oh, I don't even have this go. I like hibachi, so I go to a lot of. I go to hibachi
yeah.
places.
Hibachi's good. That's a lot of food at once, I feel like. No? You can take it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wait, so what was the Eatsies order? I didn't catch that.
I get everything from there.
Everything. You
Yes,
just one of each.
I'll get all the sides.
That's got to be
Not at once.
expensive.
No, not at once.
Okay,
Not at once.
okay,
But like
Yeah.
the sandwiches, the salads,
Like
the
you
soups,
switch it up. You don't stick
everything.
to one.
Yeah, but the
Okay.
Wagyu sliders. I need everybody to try that. It's the Wagyu sliders with
Uh,
pimiento
The
cheese.
Wagyu slider.
Yes.
Ooh, with pimento cheese.
Do you know the life hack that if you go after like what is it? When does it close? Like it's like 15 minutes before they close, they mark like everything down.
I have
It's
heard
super
that.
cheap. Yeah,
Eatsies?
yeah. At Eatsies because they only sell it fresh.
Chuck's like, I'm going after
It
this
makes
now.
it cheaper. Yeah, life hack.
Wow.
For everyone at home watching, life hack.
Eatsies, 15 minutes before they
Yeah,
close.
exactly.
I've also heard so much about pimento cheese ever since the Masters. I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but they post all these pimento cheese sandwiches from the Masters, and I've never had pimento cheese in my life. So now I feel like I have to go try that.
We're
It's
so
pretty
on
good.
top
It's really
of it.
good.
All right, I'm going to keep that in mind. Now, one more question before we take a quick break. We talked about coming to Texas. I mean, you came from Lubbock and you're from the Texas area, so it's not as different for you. But in terms of college basketball, what would you say is the most difficult part about being a D1 basketball player?
I was just saying, you miss a lot of classes.
Yeah.
So being a student athlete, you're on the road for a long time. You still have to be on like your academics, basically. So that's
Which is
just the
hard to
toughest
juggle.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Chuck? Similar?
I say the hardest part is just the schedule. Keeping up with the schedule, what you have to do every day. Luckily I graduated already, so my schedule is a lot lighter than it was. But like having to wake up at 6, 7 a.m. every day and not being able to come home till 8, 9 at night every single day, it definitely takes a toll on you.
It's a grind, but I mean, you guys are going to be better people because of it, right?
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
Teaching you a lot.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, we love hearing from you too. We're going to hear a lot more right after this quick break. Stay tuned with us. We'll be right back.
Pursuit of happiness, and I know everything is shining like it's
Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Dixon, the proud owner and founder of Fans Vintage. We sell rare and vintage gear for all things TCU. I graduated from TCU with an MBA in 2020 and actually started Fans Vintage as part of a class project during COVID. And now, 2 years later, we've grown from selling random vintage gear on Instagram into a full-time retail business with rare and custom gear you can't find anywhere else. This business has always been about creating a community of passionate fans and bringing people together where nostalgia and school pride collide.
We couldn't have gotten here without your tremendous enthusiasm and support. So thank you, and we can't wait to share what's next.
Stay tuned, and as always, go Frogs.
Flying T Club provides the everyday TCU fan and alum the ability to specifically support TCU student athletes. Flying T Club offers 3 levels of memberships. The Flying T Club is a nonprofit organization supporting the brand development of TCU student athletes through a series of unique event-based networking opportunities, which are exclusive to our members. These events provide a great social engagement tool for our members and student athletes alike. Follow them on Instagram at Flying T Club or online at flyingtclub.com.
This is Cowtown Headache Center, a neurology clinic that specializes in headache medicine. We offer standard oral medications, we offer trigger point injections, we offer multiple nerve blocks, we offer infusions both for prevention medication and for acute relief. My name is Andrew Levere. I'm a physician assistant that has a special certification from the National Headache Foundation in headache medicine. Patients are pretty shocked when I tell them we have tons of options for them and that we can do better than what they're doing. I don't just tell you, here's one medicine we're going to try. I'll give them options, and then ultimately we choose together as the provider and patient. It's very satisfying to know that we're changing people's lives.
Texas-based Happy Water offers the best-tasting, sugar-free kids drink ever made. Happy Water comes in 4 delicious flavors that you can find at local retailers and on Amazon. Each pouch contains 0 grams of sugar, 0 calories, and 0% juice. Head to happydrinks.com for more information and to purchase Happy Water. That's HAPI drinks.com. Live happy, be happy, drink happy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Players Club, live from John's Grill. Emma and I are here, and we're joined by the lovely Chuck O'Bannon and Micah Peavy from TCU Basketball. Happy to have you guys here, talking to you about everything. Now, we talked a little bit about you guys transferring schools, being in a new place, and playing college basketball for a while. What do you guys love about playing college basketball that makes you want to keep playing for as many years as you possibly can?
It's just playing basketball in general.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been playing my whole life, and I just fell in love with it. So just being able to play every day, it makes my life basically.
Yeah, for sure. And for you, I mean, you're playing against old teammates with Tech, being in the same conference.
Yeah.
What is that experience like when you have to go up against your old teammates? How does that work for you?
Actually, at Tech, there's nobody on the team that I played with because everyone transferred out or
Oh.
graduated. But
Yeah.
when I go play at Tech,
Mm-hmm.
Chuck can tell you they're crazy.
They go after
Tech
you a
has
little?
crazy fans, and they say some crazy stuff. to
The
me.
fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you guys say is like the worst fans you've like played against? Tech?
Tech for sure.
Do you think you
Mhm.
say the same?
Texas Tech.
Texas
See,
Tech?
I think some of the other
Got it.
athletes have said that too, though. Like even the tennis guys said that.
You love it when you're there, but when you're playing against them, it's
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, interesting. I feel like, I mean, they just must be diehard fans, and
Yeah.
they're probably going after you a little just because you went there, but that makes sense.
They seem
And
really.
Chuck, for you, what would you say the biggest difference between playing in the Pac-12 and then the Big 12 is in terms of basketball?
I would say that the biggest difference was Big 12 is more like defensive oriented, you know, like every team is just very defensively good, you know,
Yeah.
and Pac-12 is more of a mindset, we're going to outscore you
Yeah.
type deal, you know.
Okay.
Guys try to get or coaching staffs usually try to get like the more NBA type prospect athletes,
Yeah.
you know, if that makes sense. But,
For sure.
But when it comes to the crowds, you know, in the Pac-12, only Arizona had a good crowd every game.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
unless UCLA will have a good crowd recently. You know, they've been good the past
Yeah.
few years. But
Yeah.
so but in the Big 12, every game, every team,
It's
1 through
tough.
10, you know,
Mhm.
it's a tough game, but also the crowd is going to be very loud.
Yeah.
Fans are going to be into it. You know, it's super competitive.
And do you guys, piggybacking off that, do you guys prefer having such a stacked conference and having to go game after game hard, or are you like, sometimes I wish we had like a few easy games in there?
Nah, never want the
Never.
easy games because then, you know, you'll go into a game with a different mindset and end up playing bad. You
Yeah.
know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to take days off.
True. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
How did it feel to coming off of like obviously the great football season TCU had, like the fans carrying that energy? Like, did you feel that at all?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I was one of the first people to call it that we were going to the playoffs.
Really?
Nobody believed me. Everybody was like, "Bro, come on, bro." Like,
just after the first few games, you felt it, or what was it?
Yeah, like after we won like our first 3, I was like, "Yo," and like I was watching our team, and then I'll watch other college football teams, and I'm like, we match up well with these guys, except we're a little bit more talented, you know. So I was like, "Yo, we can beat anybody," and and then people started hopping on the bandwagon,
And you're like, I was here
towards November, but it was like,
I mean, but I always ask the other athletes this too, and I feel like for you guys, it's the most prominent for sure, because not only do we roll straight into basketball, but you guys are a well-known team on campus. Everyone likes to go to your games, all those things. Did you feel any pressure of like, we got to be just as good as the football team, or did that not really faze you as you went your season?
Well, I don't think it's pressure. I mean, we want to be the best, you know what I'm saying? So it's not pressure. It's just like I said, we want to be the best team in the country. So it's motivation. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I think that's a great thing for TCU, and like why our athletic programs are so strong is because we have all these different areas of like the tennis team's good, the football team's good, the basketball team's good. Like we have all of that energy kind of going into one. You guys can feed off of that. So
did you guys get a lot of comments like traveling and like airports and stuff? Because I know like when we wear TCU gear, people are like, "Go Frogs," or like they're fans.
Feeling a little like celebrities, maybe.
Yeah, are you guys celebs or what?
I mean, I have.
They want to be humble. They're not gonna say yes to that.
We don't go through airports.
Oh, there you go.
Do you guys charter everywhere? Really?
Yes.
I didn't.
The
even
jaw
know
has
that.
dropped
Did
at the
you
swimmer
know that?
at the table. I did know that. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm mad. No,
But I mean, also you guys are traveling a lot, maybe a little bit further. I don't know. Like it does make sense.
Wow, that's crazy.
So we don't have to wait.
Okay.
Yeah, and like for swim, it's like it's a tournament. You guys, it's one game, so it's like you got to get there and back. So I do see like the differences in that. But even in everyday life, like when you're walking around TCU, is there little kids that are like coming up to you, like, "Can we take a picture?" Do you guys get any of that stuff?
I mean, yeah, and we love that. I mean, it just shows that little kids are looking up to us and we're doing things right.
Yeah.
So
that's where you want to be as a program for sure. Now, speaking of TCU basketball program, it's been so great, so strong. What each of you can talk about this individually. You obviously got recruited here and something drew you here. What was that reason that you were like, I want to be a TCU basketball player?
For me, TCU had everything that I needed to pursue my basketball career, because at SC, like I said, everything at SC was perfect for me except basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So when I transferred, I was like, I need to go somewhere where I don't really care about anything else but basketball, but TCU also has a great education system. So I was like, it's a it's a plus.
I love it. What about you?
Win-win situation.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, I just love the coaching staff. I've known everybody on the coaching staff ever since I was a freshman in high school, because they were all at different spots. Like Coach Broussard was at UCLA, Coach Benford was at LSU, and they recruited me there. So, like I said, I've known them, so I like them, and then I knew the players on the team. I knew Mike since I was in elementary school, Jacoby. So,
love that.
So I just. Those family.
That's probably the best feeling, coming to a school and a lot of people and you can connect with them right away. Speaking of the coaching staff, who would you guys say is the toughest coach, like toughest on you? Tough love.
James Dixon.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Which
yes.
I wouldn't expect. Like seeing him in media related instances, right? We wouldn't expect that. What makes him so tough?
Yeah.
Coach Dixon, he's going to test you. He's going to test you physically. He's going to test you mentally. He's going to test you emotionally. He's going to. It's crazy,
How does he test you mentally?
Yeah.
Like just
wow.
You can't do this. You can't do this. Like getting in your face type deal, or
this is something Coach Dixon would do. So say you and Micah are talking.
Okay.
And she's not talking. He'll look over at her and be like, "Hey, stop talking," But you guys are the ones talking.
Yeah.
And like he'll want to see like if you're going to like. Coach, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
When you should just shut up and just whatever. Just let it go.
So he wants you to just take it, not say anything.
Of course.
That's
wow.
Just head coaches in general. So it's not like he's different from any other coaches.
Yeah. But it's good for you, right? Teaching you how to be a man, for sure.
You just got to be able to see through it. Just take the message and not the way it's being perceived.
Got it. That's crazy to me, but I love it. I love to hear like the inside of like he actually is kind of a tough guy and not just like a nice, like, oh, I'm nice to the media, that's all this stuff. He's like getting on you guys.
Are
I
you
love
guys
that.
like always super serious during practice? Is there someone like goofing off ever? Or
Us too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
You
there you
guys are
go.
the goofs? You guys are like
It's me and
messing
Micah.
around?
It's me and Micah.
I mean, I have to have fun every day. So like,
Yeah.
It's a requirement for
yeah.
you.
So if I see people are down, or I like always go play around. I always take everything serious, like when we're doing stuff. But
Yeah.
you gotta have
Yeah.
fun, or
You gotta keep it light.
Yeah.
That's a part of the
always.
experience.
You know, like a water break, we got a minute and a half, guys are going to say some jokes here and there. Or maybe while we're playing,
Yeah.
guys could, some action could be on the other side of the floor. You'll be in the other corner. You'll say something, just
I
little
love
stuff.
that.
Just little stuff.
I love that.
That's fun.
What does preseason practice look like? Like, how long is it? Are you guys doing drills, or is it more like endurance? Like, are you running sprints? Like, what does the practice kind of look like?
Like right now, you're saying?
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of shooting, because that's something we need to work on as a team. I mean,
Don't be hard on yourself.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I need to work on my shooting. I think everybody does. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing the coaches said we need to work on. So we do a lot of NBA shooting, and
Cool.
then the running part, we don't really do a lot of running. It's because you still got to save your bodies.
Yeah.
But we hit the weight room really hard.
Oh.
Yeah, Chuck can tell you about that. He loves the weight room.
Oh, you do?
How often are y'all
Please
in
tell
there?
me.
Say it again.
How often are you on the
Is that
weight room?
sarcastic? Does he not love it, or serious?
It was kind of sarcastic.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
What is the weight room dynamic like for the basketball team? Is someone on aux, and like, are you guys kind of having a good time, or is it very like, I'm in my own zone?
It's a good time.
You gotta
Actually,
have, like I said, you have to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna get nothing out of it if you're not enjoying it. So we definitely have a great time in the weight room. Our strength coach is super cool. He jokes with us as well.
Yeah.
But he's also a disciplinarian. So he makes sure stuff never gets too out of control.
Yeah.
But he also pushes us. Like
Hard.
our lift today. I don't feel it yet, but
You're
I'm gonna
gonna?
feel it
Yeah.
I do.
later tonight or
You feel
tomorrow.
it? What is the weightlifting for you guys? Like, and basketball players in general, this is just something that I don't really know for like the body training part of it. Are you lifting really heavy, or are you trying to kind of like tone your, like, how does that work for basketball?
Yeah, it's more of tone. Like explosive stuff, movements, more
Okay.
than just
Do you-
bulking weight. We
Yeah.
Do you
don't-
guys go like lighter, like before a game or anything like that, or you don't change it?
For weights, yes, we'll go lighter. For
Okay.
practice, no.
Oh,
Especially
Right,
regular season.
and I couldn't believe that when I transferred here. I couldn't believe it.
okay.
Real,
So
yeah.
basically, you were joking with me. You're not a big weight room guy.
Well, like I do it.
You
it's
do it, but
necessary.
it's not
It's
your.
necessary. Like
Yeah.
I'm not. Let's go to the weight room. I'd rather go to the gym.
Okay.
But
yeah. Who loves the weight room?
Emmanuel Miller.
That makes sense.
But,
to me.
like, you can look at somebody and be like, you love the weight room.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
it's-
He kind of, every photo he takes for TCU basketball, this is a compliment. He looks like the Hulk. Like, he is
Right,
just like
yeah, seriously.
shredded. It's
and
crazy.
he acts like it too.
Really?
He acts like the Hulk.
I feel like if you are a gym guy, you got to have that mentality though to
Yeah,
get through it.
absolutely.
You got to be into that. Okay, another question that I have: so many games that you guys have, like 2 a week, whatever. Preseason, maybe you're playing even more than that, and in tournaments. How does that affect you guys mentally and physically? Like, are you able to just kind of get through that, like games over and over, or does it take a toll on your body?
I mean, of course your body's gonna hurt, but
Yeah.
our like I said, our strength coach is really good at keeping it light in the weight room if we're feeling tired and stuff.
Mhm.
And then our Matt, our trainer, he's really good at just when we need treatment, we go in there, get ice baths. So we just stay on that, and then your bodies will feel better.
Yeah. Do you guys like, though, the kind of regimen of having to play a lot of games? Is that something you prefer than having like a longer break?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love having like constant games because like say you have a
Right.
good game, like you want to do it again.
Yeah,
Say
and
you have a bad game, like I gotta fix that.
Yeah,
So,
so you can flow off the energy.
Absolutely.
That
Chuck-
totally makes sense.
Chuck, having to deal with so much injury, like, are you always like in the training room, like trying to like prevent
like,
more, or like
not
do
really. And the
rehab?
thing is, like my injuries that I've had wasn't more of injury prevention. It was like freak accidents. It was
what
like,
what have your injuries been? I don't know all of them. so
Okay,
I'm
I
curious.
shattered my pinky. And
That is a
I-
freak
yeah,
injury.
My left pinky is botched.
What?
I
No.
know. I can't bend this. Yeah, that part of my pinky.
I didn't
Wait,
know
let
that.
me
I'm
see.
sorry.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
crazy.
Shattered my pinky into like 8 different pieces. And
Wait,
then
how do you like? Sorry, I need to know. Like, did you hit it on something and it felt like horrible,
you
and
know what's
that's what
crazy?
they told
I don't even know what happened. We were playing, and then coach blew the whistle. We stopped, and then I like looked at my pinky, like it started hurting, so I pulled
Yeah.
it, thinking that I jammed it, and then when I pulled it, it literally felt like I pulled my arm off.
Oh my
And
God.
then they put me on the golf cart for my pinky.
You're like, I feel so lame right now. That's so funny.
Went to get X-rays, and they were like, "Yeah, we think you're done this
You
year."
put your pinky in an X-ray machine just like this.
Yeah, just like this.
Cool.
And then they make you put it to the side and put it up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though about that is like basketball, your hands are so important. Obviously,
Right.
you're dribbling the ball, but maybe like if you were a lineman in a football team, you could play with a cast potentially.
For sure.
So that type of injury, you wouldn't necessarily think you'd have to be out for a whole season, but basketball, obviously, because you're using your hands.
Well, no, like it's normal to break fingers. Like last season, I played with 2 broken fingers.
Okay.
But
Wow.
it's because I shattered it. Like
It's bad.
I didn't have any support. I couldn't use my finger. My whole hand wasn't working.
Yeah,
like,
we don't want to have to amputate your pinky.
Oh yeah. And I thought that was going to happen. I thought that could have been a
gosh.
possibility. Yeah, because they said like with the pinky being so small, and I had a lot of pins, real prone to infection.
Oh God.
I was nervous. Luckily, you had good doctors.
So you've had pinky injury and fingers. Anything else like legs or anything, or is it mainly just hand injuries? I know, knock on wood.
Knock
Sorry.
on wood. But nothing with the legs.
Good.
Good hips. Good knees.
Just the hands.
Man, just the hands.
Gotta work
Just
on the
hands.
strength.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
We should do some like rubber band exercises or something. I don't know what you need to do for that.
I don't know.
Strengthen it.
Yeah.
Have you had any, Micah?
I mean, I had a couple. I hurt my ankle this year, but not
Okay.
like a broken ankle or anything, and I hurt my back as well. But in college, I really haven't been injury prone. So
A question I have for you guys, and not necessarily with you having injuries, but if someone else on the team has an injury and they're like super down about it, like how do you kind of encourage your teammates to like rehab hard and get back to where they were as a player after an injury?
I'll just say for me, he just talked about him going through injuries and stuff. So
Yeah.
he helped me when I was my back and stuff.
Yeah.
So like he talked to me, told me how to get through things, and
Yeah, you can relate to each other about that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
For sure. All right, well, we're going to take a short break. Love hearing from you guys. You're awesome up here. But when we return, we'll hear more from Chuck and Micah. So stay tuned to the Players Club.
T Club provides the everyday TCU fan and alum the ability to specifically support TCU student athletes. Flying T Club offers 3 levels of memberships. The Flying T Club is a nonprofit organization supporting the brand development of TCU student athletes through a series of unique event-based networking opportunities, which are exclusive to our members. These events provide a great social engagement tool for our members and student athletes alike. Follow them on Instagram at Flying T Club or online at flyingtclub.com.
Texas-based Happy Water offers the best-tasting, sugar-free kids drink ever made. Happy Water comes in 4 delicious flavors that you can find at local retailers and on Amazon. Each pouch contains 0 grams of sugar, 0 calories, and 0% juice. Head to happydrinks.com for more information and to purchase Happy Water. That's HAPIdrinks.com. Live happy, be happy, drink happy.
On the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything is shining like
Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Dixon, the proud owner and founder of Fans Vintage. We sell rare and vintage gear for all things TCU. I graduated from TCU with an MBA in 2020 and actually started Fans Vintage as part of a class project during COVID. And now, 2 years later, we've grown from selling random vintage gear on Instagram into a full-time retail business with rare and custom gear you can't find anywhere else. This business has always been about creating a community of passionate fans and bringing people together where nostalgia and school pride collide.
We couldn't have gotten here without your tremendous enthusiasm and support. So thank you, and we can't wait to share what's next.
Stay tuned, and as always, go Frogs.
This is Cowtown Headache Center, a neurology clinic that specializes in headache medicine. We offer standard oral medications, we offer trigger point injections, we offer multiple nerve blocks, we offer infusions both for prevention medication and for acute relief. My name is Andrew Levere. I'm a physician assistant that has a special certification from the National Headache Foundation in headache medicine. Patients are pretty shocked when I tell them we have tons of options for them and that we can do better than what they're doing. I don't just tell you, here's one medicine we're going to try. I'll give them options, and then ultimately we choose together as the provider and patient. It's very satisfying to know that we're changing people's lives.
John's Grille is the newest venture from John Bennell and the Bennell's Restaurant Group. A ranch-to-table concept featuring food, beer, and spirits from around the great state of Texas. Our menu is designed by Chef Sean Alvarez and features 2 chef-inspired burgers, the Fatty and the Flatty, plus a brisket menu perfect for your casual night out. Fast casual service in a fun, relaxed, family-friendly environment. Featuring 11 big screen TVs for you to catch the big game on. Our mixology team has created a craft cocktail and beer menu featuring local spirits and brews from across Texas. John's Grille, home of the Players Club show each week. 2905 West Berry Street in Fort Worth. Or online at johnsgrill.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Players Club live here at John's Grille. I'm Olivia Lee alongside Emma Hillquist and 2 of TCU basketball's finest, Chuck O'Bannon and Micah Peavy. Thanks for being here, guys. And we just want to give a quick shout out to our official sponsors, Fans Vintage, your #1 spot for all rare and vintage TCU gear. They're here sometimes at John's Grille, so feel free to come check them out here, as well as check them out on Instagram and Twitter at Fans Vintage Gear, or online as well. They got lots of good stuff, and they're the official sponsor for TCU, so they're really going to have some good stuff coming up, especially for the football and basketball seasons next year.
Yes.
So now let's transition. We talked a little bit about the transfer process, being recruited, all of those different things. What would you say was the biggest, both of you can talk about this, the biggest difference between your last school's your last school's college basketball program and the TCU basketball program? Like, even could be down to a facility or something that we have here that you're just like, this was better or worse, whatever.
For me was that we had access to the gym all the time.
Okay.
At USC, we didn't have access to the gym all the time because we're in downtown Los Angeles. So a lot of professional teams would come and, take the gym from us, basically. Yeah. And we actually shared the practice gym with the Sparks, so
that's cool.
We'll see Candace Parker here and there, not a big deal. Whatever,
just casual.
Whoever that is.
Love that.
But for me, that was the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And also the gym wasn't open late because, we're in South Central Los Angeles at night. It's probably not a good thing to be walking around, trying to get into places. So that's one thing I really liked about TCU.
And something I was going to ask both of you before you answer the question, I often see you guys are like going right after a game, going right back and like shooting around for a little bit after the game or headed into the gym. What is that, just like you need to calm down after a game, or you're hard on yourself and you're like, I need to make a few shots before I leave this arena?
I mean, if I ever go back in the gym, it's maybe if I have a bad shooting night, bad free throws.
Yeah.
Just need to get extra shots in just to see it go in. So
Okay.
for the next game or for the practice, just to see it go in, basically.
I was just curious if that was like a mental thing. I mean, I played basketball when I was little, but like I feel like it is kind of, once you play a game and if you've missed a few shots, you're like, okay, I need to make those, and just tell myself I can make those shots. So then the next game you will make them. That makes sense. Now, before we continue, actually, I had a fan question. Apparently, Chuck, you have a lot of milk emojis or something next to your Instagram. I don't know I don't know anything about this, but I was told to ask what is that about?
Okay, so basically,
there's a reason. So
when I went to USA basketball when I was like 16 years old, one of my roommates, he was a country boy from Mississippi.
Okay.
And he was like, "Hey man, like this baby bottle game, man." And I was like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah.
He was just like, "Man, throw it up." So you throw it up like this. And he was like, "Bend the pinky like a binky."
What?
And then ever since then, I'm baby bottle gang, for everything. It was the funniest thing ever.
Keep in touch with this guy.
He's actually he's in the NBA. His name's Robert Woodard. He played for the Sacramento Kings and he got traded to the Spurs.
Just casual.
Yeah. OKC now. But yeah, it was hilarious, and ever since then, like on my Instagram,
now it's your brand.
Snapchat, I'll randomly just put a baby bottle. It's hilarious.
Maybe one day when you make it big, you'll have to do like a baby bottle sponsorship or something.
You have a whole brand.
I love the kids.
Oh, you do? You have a kid?
I do not have.
Oh,
a kid.
okay. That's what you just said.
I do not have a kid. I do not.
When you do, you can have the baby bottle sponsorship. That'll do you well. Oh my gosh.
Imagine if we revealed he had a kid on the show,
right?
We're just dropping bombs here left and right.
Okay, anyways.
Back to the
switching gears.
Yeah, no, back to what I asked you guys though about the biggest difference between your last basketball program. Micah, I didn't give you a chance to answer the question. So what would you say compared to Texas Tech?
I don't think there's that big of differences.
Yeah.
Maybe just sharing the gym here with the girls basketball team.
Okay.
Because at Tech you have a separate gyms for boys and
Oh,
girls.
I
But it's
see.
not that big of a deal. I mean,
Yeah.
we like the boys and girls teams.
You guys get along
yeah.
well? I was going to ask, what's that dynamic like? Like, are you guys hanging out or is just kind of like another team on campus?
A little bit of both.
Got
You
it.
know, like some of us hang out, some of us don't. But then at the same time, it's another team. You know.
I actually have another question. Do you guys kind of keep to yourselves, or what about in all of the athletic teams, like on campus? Do you like that everyone kind of intermingles? Or Emma seems to have thoughts about this. But
Oh, sorry.
what do you guys think?
I think we keep to ourselves. I don't know.
I get that
I
vibe.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a quiet guy, so
Mhm.
I keep to myself only because I'm not around. You know, I don't physically go to class. All my stuff's online. So like the only
Yeah.
time I'm on campus is for practice, you know.
Okay.
So and I'll say that's why. But for other people, you know, I see other people interact, but usually it's because they've known each other
Yeah.
or classes brought them together, you know, doing some other things. But usually a lot of athletes and teams stay to each other.
Yeah. Would you say that you guys are so close because you all somewhat knew each other prior, maybe, or is there like a reason that you guys have? Because it's obvious when you guys play that you're all like brothers. Where do you think that dynamic comes from?
We've all been together for 2-3 years now, you
Yeah.
know, and we're together every single day.
Yeah.
Every day, and we do everything
we
together.
get tired of each other. Too.
You know,
Really?
Yeah.
for
How do you
sure.
guys settle that if there's like an issue between
Yeah,
two guys?
I was
Like,
gonna
has there
ask.
been any-
We just put on boxing gloves in the locker room, and if you have a problem, you just fight it out.
Seriously?
No. Really?
Are you bluffing or you're serious? Is he
Like,
bluffing?
As a
with me?
grown man, that's just
I can't tell through your sarcasm. You get to me. I can't get through to you.
yeah. Well, because
You got-
sometimes that's the only way to solve problems
Yeah.
in practice. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
I
kidding.
know you are. I know you are. You were
But
really trying
not
to
really.
get me
You
with
know,
that.
we get over stuff. You know, like some guys will get into it in a practice. You know, the next day it's over.
It's
with.
over,
You
yeah.
forget about it. You know,
You just have to move on quick.
For
Just
sure.
like drop it, whatever.
I mean, we
Yeah.
all just want to win. So.
Yeah, for sure. You're
Was
really
it
you're really
hard
like
telling
siblings.
like y'all's old teammates you're transferring or like leaving? Was there any like bad blood? Like they were just supportive?
Not
For me-
different situations.
Yeah, very different situation. For me, you know, it was expected. You know, like I told you, I was the hurt
Injured
guy.
guy.
So you know,
Yeah.
everybody was wishing me the best. Like, good luck,
Aw,
dude.
that's
Like,
sweet.
Yeah.
we seen what you've been through. Like, man, you don't deserve this. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. What about
For
you,
me,
Micah?
my coach got another job, so a lot of
It was
guys.
expected.
Yeah, so a lot of guys left. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was just.
Yeah, that can make the transition a little bit more smooth for you
Yeah.
as well, for
Exactly.
sure. Now, something that I want to pivot to, you guys told me both before the show, you have dogs. And it seems that you have a very strong love for your dogs. Tell me what kind of dogs you have, names, everything. I wanna hear.
I have a French bulldog.
Start with the
French
youngest.
bulldog.
Yeah, his name is Pierre. I call him Little
Pierre?
P. Yeah. Lil
Oh,
P.
like French?
Cute.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
French bulldog?
Yeah.
I love that.
Lil P.
Lil P.
I
You
need a
guys feel like
photo.
I feel like it's hard to have a dog and be a student athlete. Well, I guess your classes are online.
Yeah,
Smart.
so it's easy for me. It's very
What
easy
kind
for
of
me.
dog do you have, Chuck?
A Morkie, a Maltese Yorkie.
Oh.
You have a corgi?
Morkie,
Oh, what's that?
Maltese Yorkie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to see a picture of
Yeah.
For
What's
sure.
its name?
His name's Hitman. Well, his name's Almighty Hitman Breezy, but he don't like his first name, so he go by his middle name.
Almighty what?
Hitman. We call him Hitman. Everybody calls him Hitman.
Okay, do you like bring him to practice?
Not necessarily practice, but like if I go to the gym outside of practice, I'm bringing him with me.
And Micah
Aw.
said he's like this bit. How much does he weigh?
6.8 pounds. We left the
Big
vet like a
dog.
few weeks ago.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
How
he-
old is it?
He's 5 now.
Okay, so
Aw.
he's fully grown.
Yeah, fully grown.
Wow.
Fully
What about
grown.
your dog?
It's a year and a half.
And how big?
I think he's like 30 pounds.
Okay, so like an
He's
average
thick, he
bulldog.
little thick dog.
Yeah, I love that. And so it's not hard for you guys to balance having a dog, being a student athlete.
Not at all. And like I've had him my entire college career. You know,
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for me just because like say you come home from a hard practice or something.
You can wind
Yeah,
down.
and
Yeah.
Frenchies are crazy. So
Yeah.
he never so just get your spirits up.
And he's happy.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so cute. Now, something I want to pivot towards, and I feel like this might be a question for you. I'm kind of calling you out, but
Okay.
is fashion something that you are maybe passionate about? I see you sometimes, like when you guys are getting on the planes and stuff, there's photos of you with like cool bags.
Yeah, I got a little bag collection.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I mean, like you said, I love fashion. I actually came here to be a fashion major.
No way.
Yeah, fashion. But
That
it's
is
hard.
sick.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
hard
cool.
to do that and play basketball.
I would
because of the
imagine.
schedule. But
happened to
yeah,
Virgil?
so when I'm done, I want to get into fashion. My brother's actually into fashion. He has his own
Really?
brand and stuff. Yeah.
Wait, that's like
so
really
cool.
cool about you. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Wait, what are your actual majors, real quick?
I'm a criminal justice major.
Criminal
Okay.
justice. Okay.
I've tried out like 5 different majors, honestly.
What have you tried out? Like, what else?
Kinesiology.
Yeah.
And I was
Hard.
I have a
Lot of-
lot. Yeah, it was
yeah.
hard. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I criminal
You're
justice.
like, get me out of there.
Criminal
Well,
justice.
I feel like though, if you're interested in fashion, there's not necessarily
Yeah,
anything
you
that's
don't
gonna.
have to- Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna match it though. You know, like you kind of have to feel around. So that
Yeah.
makes sense. And what you were gonna say, you don't have to major in it to.
Yeah, you can just get into it.
Yeah.
It's hard, but you know. Yeah.
That's cool. I love that. What about you, Chuck?
I started off in communications,
Okay.
and when I transferred from USC, the transfer credit thing didn't go too well. So
Yeah.
I ended up having to graduate with general studies.
Okay.
But and I kind of wish I would have took that extra year, to
Yeah.
make it to communications. But I'm doing my master's on top, so I'm
There you
kind of
go.
happy with my decision.
It's so
Doing that
interesting.
right there.
I feel like that's always an issue though for college athletes transferring with the credits coming over.
It
It's like
sucks.
that's something that I feel like the system needs to work on because it's tough.
Yes.
It could put you guys
Exactly.
behind.
Yeah.
And it does.
Yeah.
It takes guys longer than 4 years to graduate if you transfer. Like
Yeah.
if you transfer, it's close to impossible to graduate on time.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Unless you transfer after your freshman year, then you're good.
Yeah,
after
but
that-
other than that, and I feel like that's the case with even normal students. Like
Yeah.
maybe freshman year you're fine, and then past that, it's so difficult.
It's really difficult, yeah.
We need to make a stand against that.
Oh, it's just
We are-
TCU too, because it's a private school.
No,
so
Yeah.
they're so picky with classes.
Yeah,
Private
no,
schools.
that can make it tough. Now I have a question. Instagrams, Chuck Breezy, is that what it
Chuck
is?
Breezy _5.
Why
that
is
like-
it Breezy?
Like Chris.
I really don't know. They've just always called me Chuck Breezy.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I
so
just-
it
Do you
flows
guys
off the
have
tongue.
nicknames? Are you Chuck Breezy? Like that's what they call you, actually?
What about you, Micah?
Do I have a nickname?
MP? What is your?
They
what's
call
your
you Micah
Instagram?
just on the court,
It's
just Micah.
Peavy, Micah. It's not. I don't really have no nickname.
I feel
I'll
like
call
you
him
wouldn't
Peavy.
like the flashy nickname. You're more of like you
Yeah.
keep to yourself.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then that's why no one would expect the fashion thing from you because you're more introverted. Is
Yeah.
that fair?
Yeah.
Who's the loudest personality on the basketball team
What?
besides maybe Eddie?
Currently,
Yeah.
I don't know.
we don't really have anybody that's too.
Really?
Yeah.
I say around, like if we're
Around your group.
around each
I'll
other.
say
Yeah.
Rondell Walker.
Rondell Walker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like he's a lot. Like
Yeah.
he's normal, but compared to the rest of us, probably him.
Who's then the most introverted? Keeps themselves.
Xavier.
Xavier?
Xavier. Court.
Really?
Yeah.
Hard to crack.
Oh.
Not really. Not for us.
Okay.
But for anybody else, yes.
Okay. I can see that. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Now, we talked a little bit earlier about families. Do you guys have siblings, both of you? Tell me, what siblings?
Well, I have a brother and a sister. I'm
Okay.
the youngest. My brother's 2 years and they older than
Older?
me, and then my sister's 5 years older than me.
Okay, and is there any other basketball relation in the family or no,
We
besides your dad?
actually played my brother last year, yeah. We
Really?
played him.
Where does he play?
He went to Austin P. He
Okay.
graduated already.
Okay,
My sister played college basketball. My mom played college basketball.
so it's in the family.
My dad's a coach and he played. So
How is that playing against your brother?
It was cool. We got the W. So
Yeah.
That was cool. But yeah.
Did you have bragging rights in the fam for that
Yeah.
season or?
I mean, I didn't. There was no bragging. It
Yeah.
was just all my family was there, so it was a good experience.
Yeah.
What were
I've
your
always-
sorry?
I've always played with them, so
Yeah.
being able to play against them, it was cool.
It was a cool moment. What were you gonna say?
What were your parents wearing? Like, how did they
My sister actually made a shirt that was
split?
half TCU, half
Cute.
Austin P. So
That's cute.
cool.
I love
I
it.
love
That's
that.
like the Kelsey brothers in the Super Bowl. Do you
Yeah.
see their mom that did that?
yeah, that was
But
cool.
that's a big stage right there. Maybe one day when
I
you guys
wish,
are
yeah.
at champion. Yeah, you never know. What about you, Chuck? Family?
I'm an only child.
Only
I
child.
am an only child. Yeah.
What's that like? You like being an only child?
I do now.
Okay.
I do now. I used to hate it. Growing up, I hated being an only child. But now that I'm older, when I got to
Doesn't
high school, I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I used to see a lot of my friends with younger siblings, older siblings, telling them what to do.
Yeah.
I didn't like that, so I'm pretty appreciative.
Do you have like cousins or other family outside?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, for
okay,
sure. I
cool.
got
So they'll
cousins.
maybe come to games and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. I had a question for you. Growing up playing basketball in Vegas, is that really competitive? Playing high school basketball in Vegas, what's that like?
Not really, because now it is.
Yeah.
Actually, there's Vegas has a lot of players coming out now, but
Cool.
back when I was in high school,
Not as much.
not
Were you
really.
were you the stud of the team?
Kind of, sort of, but we were a top team. Like we had a lot of D1 guys.
Look up Chuck Breezy on
Yeah,
YouTube.
let me look you up after this. I'll figure it out.
We had a lot of guys on our team that was pretty good. But
Yeah.
when I was in high school, it was basically just 2 teams in Las Vegas: Bishop Gorman and Finley Prep.
Okay, yeah.
So, but now there's a lot of teams that's really good.
Yeah, and a lot of people. There's a lot of good athletes out of Bishop Gorman, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good name to have on your back. What about you? What was basketball like in Texas in high school growing up?
I mean, Texas is the best basketball state in the country.
Yep.
And then I went to Duncanville for my junior and senior year.
Okay.
And they haven't lost the state championship since then. Since
Dang.
I got out of high school.
And you said your dad coached there?
Yeah.
So he's got a good record.
They have 2 national championships this year and then last year. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good program to grow up playing in,
Bishop
right?
Gorman wouldn't want to play us.
Really?
For sure.
Do you guys ever play De La Salle?
No.
No? What about you, Chuck?
De La Salle from California.
Yeah.
We played them in football, not basketball.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, we played them in the summer league in Long Beach.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember if you guys won or not?
We definitely won that.
You definitely won?
We definitely won
My
that
my
game.
little brother went to De La Salle, but they're known for being decently good in basketball, football. So yeah. Football, they had a long streak of not losing a game. There's a movie about it. You can look it up after.
I've seen that movie. Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
I'm well aware of De La Salle football.
Yeah, love it. All right, now I wanted to pivot kind of before we do our wrap-up segment about just NIL and the experience that you've had with that, because I feel like it's really evolving in college athletics and having name, image, and likeness for yourself. Is that playing a huge role in your guys' experience now in college basketball?
I just say it's a blessing. Shout out Flying T.
Yeah.
They helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Chuck can say the same thing for himself. Because we're actually getting, I feel like we're being appreciated more,
for sure.
as college athletes. So I like it.
Do you ever feel any sort of like pressure about having to like do certain events or do stuff like this where you have to like talk in a mic? Like you guys said, you're not the most like extroverted people. So do you like having to do the kind of flashy outside of the sports stuff?
I really have no problem with it.
Okay.
I'm actually bored quite often, not having classes and stuff. So like, I love having things to do. Somebody tells me, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. I'm with it every time.
Yeah, that's a good mentality to have about it. Like it's not a chore, it's just something to like entertain you more.
For sure.
Now, both of you, I'm assuming NBA is the aspiration, right? Do you guys have like if you were to make it big in the NBA, be super successful, have all these brands reaching out to you, do you have like a dream partnership? And maybe yours is like clothing related, but.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. I thought about this like 2 weeks ago and it came up with an idea, but
okay, tell me.
I can't tell you yet.
Oh,
I can't tell
because
you
it's
yet.
in the works.
You feel
Is
me?
it?
Well, no, I wish. Not in the works, but it's like.
But it
I
will
can't-
be.
I can't expose that yet.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay, tell me something that you can expose, like something you really like that you would want to partner with or something. Don't tell me your really good idea that you don't want to give away.
Yeah, don't.
Wow.
He's under pressure.
Target, yes.
The
Yeah.
supermarket?
Why Target?
I would love to partner with Target. Target has everything that I would need.
True.
So true.
Everything. Target is Target.
Yeah, you're
mean, like,
thinking long
Target
term.
speaks for
Target is
itself.
Target.
Smart.
That is smart.
And another thing, to answer your previous question about
Yeah.
coming to Texas,
Yeah,
I never believed like everything's bigger in Texas.
it is.
The first time I went to Target in Texas, it was crazy. It was
Super
huge.
Target?
I was like, yo, this is
The
ridiculous.
super targets really get you here.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
for sure.
What about you, Micah? Dream partnership?
So I've always thought about, like you said, fashion and stuff. So like a Converse is sponsored by Nike.
Yeah.
So you would be able to play. I mean, you would be able to wear Nikes and stuff. But
Okay.
Converse has a lot of guys in the NBA who are like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or Kelly Oubre who are big in fashion.
Yep.
And they get to design a lot of their shoes and a lot of the clothes that they come out with.
Yeah.
So I've always like looked at them.
Wanted to do that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you guys get inspiration like fashion wise from those NBA guys? Like, are you seeing, because they do the whole pregame outfits? You guys have to wear certain
They got
stuff.
a lot of
but
money, so they can buy a lot of stuff. Of course, I look at their stuff, but
Yeah.
I gotta wait.
One day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
Do you guys see the movie Air Jordan? Have you seen it?
But
I
want
haven't.
to.
Y'all got to see it. It's really good, and they would inspire you too with like the shoemaking process. The players really get a say in it. It's really good. You definitely should look into that. All right, should we transfer over to our little ending segment that we always do, Emma?
I'm down. Yeah.
You want to start it off? It's basically a hot seat is what we call it. It's going to be like 5 or 6 questions and just answer the first thing that comes to your head. Does that make sense? And both of you can answer? All right. Emma, you want to start it off?
Both answer or Micah's first?
Micah can go first, then you. All right.
Okay, do you guys use Spotify or Apple Music?
Apple Music.
Apple?
What about you, Chuck?
Oh, Apple Music.
Apple Music.
So
Okay.
who was like your artist of the year?
Most listened to.
Yeah.
It was either Drake or J. Cole. Probably J. Cole, though.
Artist of the year is Lil Baby. He's been Artist of the year for the past 4 years.
Wow.
Big Lil Baby guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're Drake, J. Cole.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Next one. You may not be cereal eaters, but if you are, what's your favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
But I'm
solid
like-
answer.
I'm weird.
Why are you weird?
I like Raisin Bran.
No, I like Raisin
Okay,
Bran. That's
okay.
not
That's
weird.
such a dad
People say
cereal.
that's an old, like a
No,
old
it's
version.
good.
It kind of is, but it's a good one.
It's good.
Yeah.
But I would say Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Though.
Or like the Chex Mix makes like a cereal. I like that
Chex
one.
Mix cereal?
Chex.
Yeah, no, it's
Not good.
Yeah,
Like
it's good.
There's like a honey one or a cinnamon one.
Yeah, or Honey Bunches of Oats. Like
Chex?
we have haters over there. I think that
Chex Mix
stuff's
is
good.
crazy.
Okay, what is y'all's biggest ick?
Wow.
Yeah. Do you guys have a specific one?
Please don't walk outside barefooted.
Okay.
You know. Don't
Walking
do that.
barefoot outside.
Yeah.
Why?
Don't
Just
do that.
Are you a clean freak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
Okay,
bit.
yeah.
A little bit.
Like people take their shoes off like when they come in
Not
the
to
house.
profile
sure.
you, but I could
And
see that. I could see that.
Another thing that irks me is when you walk in to like somebody's house and it's raining outside. Like
Yeah.
take your shoes off.
Yeah.
You know, like having wet feet walking around the
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
That would
So
be
are you
crazy.
gonna be the guy that has like the slippers for your guests to put on in your
No,
house
I'm
when
gonna
they
be
come
that guy to say take your shoes off.
in? Okay. Yeah, there you go. I
Fair,
respect
fair.
that. What
Yeah.
about you, Micah? Biggest ick?
I don't know my biggest ick.
You don't have one. Nothing like when people chew with
Like
their
a pet
mouth
peeve.
open
Yeah, you
or
did, a
anything
pet
like that.
peeve.
Oh yeah. Then that's a lot of stuff. Man. I mean,
Yeah.
I like dirty people.
Dirty people.
Got it.
All right,
So
we
to be
keep,
clean.
we keep a clean table up here.
Clean, yeah,
Do you
I
shower
like-
before this?
I did. Of course,
Okay,
of
good.
course,
We
yeah.
showered before, so don't be alarmed. Okay, if you guys could tell your freshman yourself anything, what would it be?
I mean, just keep working. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Chuck?
Wow. Yeah, really keep working. Stay consistent.
Run your own race.
Yeah, don't let nobody tell you anything that you don't think you can do. You know,
Yeah.
because people really try to like,
Get you down.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So just stay strong minded. You know, mental is everything. Everything is 80% mental. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
So, what is the most difficult sport you've ever played? Is it basketball?
Difficult sport.
Yeah.
Golf probably.
Golf?
We did equestrian. We did that last year, and that was difficult, but I liked it a lot.
So you guys just randomly one day all went as a team and got on horses and
Yeah.
wow. And that was difficult.
Yeah, I'm on
We-
horses when I'm older though. So.
Okay, love that. We had equestrian on here like 3 weeks ago, and they
Yeah.
were telling us all of the stuff. It's crazy. I
Sounds
don't know if you know
nuts.
anything. Like
Yeah.
the judges can't even see them before they get on the horse
I didn't
because they
know
can't
It's
prejudge
intense.
that. It's like a whole different world.
wow.
It's crazy. It makes sense though that it would be difficult. I could never get on a horse. I never have. I probably won't try. All right, if there were 25 hours in a day, I might know the answer to this, but if there were 25 hours in a day, what would you spend that extra hour doing?
I'll be outside probably at the pool.
Love that.
Yeah, I'm a water freak.
Yeah, laying out, getting a little UV. What about you, Micah?
An extra hour.
Yeah.
Probably just being in the gym.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at you,
Yeah.
grinder.
Yeah.
See, most people said sleep, so you.
I think everyone has said sleep. Like
Yeah, you guys are
100%
built
sleep.
different,
I
I
don't-
guess.
Sleep is overrated.
I don't
I
really
saw a
sleep a lot.
statistic that said like you spend like 10, 11 years of your life sleeping.
True.
By
Yeah,
the time
but
you die,
sleep's
and I-
also important.
Yeah, like I don't want to sleep no more than 5 hours.
If you're 5,
No, I sleep more than that, but I'm
Okay.
saying like
Oh.
don't concern everyone.
You
You got to
know,
get your good 8
like, I
hours,
wanna-
right?
yeah, I like being
All right, final question you want to ask? This
Wait,
one's controversial.
Yeah, this one we get a lot of backlash. No, we don't. Anyways, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's a no for me, but I don't think it's like a nasty thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do it.
Some people
Which is
genuinely,
funny,
when
yeah.
we
People
asked it, were
get
like,
offended.
no, like they would never eat it. I don't care either. Like I'm just kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not a big sweet and savory person, but like if I had to, I would eat it. And you like it.
Yeah, I love it. Actually,
Like you'll order
that
it
like
at a
your order?
restaurant.
I used to order it often. I either get Hawaiian pizza or barbecue chicken pizza.
Okay.
Okay, barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken's great.
Yeah.
All right, so you're a pineapple on pizza. What's your like go-to pizza order?
Cheese pizza.
Cheese, plain Jane.
Cheese or barbecue chicken.
All right, there we go. Well, now we know your pizza orders and everything about you guys.
Yes.
We're so grateful that you came on our
Thank
show.
you.
Seriously, this was awesome. We really appreciate your time. We know you're busy. So thank you so much for joining us. And just want to remind everyone watching that we're here every Thursday at 6 p.m. live from John's Grill. You can tune in online at frogstoday.com or on our YouTube channel, as well as check out all our athletic content on Instagram and Twitter at Frogs Today. Excuse me. Again, my name's Olivia Lee.
And I'm Emma.
And we will see you next week at 6. Bye guys.